Justin Bieber's brutal threat to his accusers goes viral. Now, I don't know if this is going to be something in here, like a clip in here that I've seen before. I don't know, but I'm going to check this out because I said something is definitely going on with Justin. You know, every since I found out what I found out, and then I watched the breakdown of that Yummy video where they're saying he could possibly be saying you got that young me and not yummy. Believe what you want to believe. We're going to check this out. Appreciate all the love and support with you guys coming over. We ain't going to waste no more time. Let's jump right into it.
These are some of the moments Justin Bieber never shared publicly.
Katy
But
Perry.
what might be the reason? Who are these people?
I seen that.
Diddy or someone we never heard of ever?
Justin Bieber is probably one of the biggest victims of the music industry. To being groomed by Diddy and Usher, to being taken advantage of by those closest to him. But now, Justin is finally standing up and sending a brutal threat to all his... A threat so severe that it could bust the Diddy case right open?
Yo.
So who exactly is in Justin's firing line? The list is a pretty surprising one, even involving Britney Spears, believe it or not. But this dark and scary rabbit hole, filled with unsuspecting twists and turns, starts with Usher and leads all the way to Diddy himself. And there's a whole lot of equally shady characters along the way. Remember how Justin spent 48 hours alone with Diddy?
Right?
I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So, and we gonna go full crazy.
Knowing what we know now, I shudder to think what happened or what the teenage Justin had to be exposed to.
When we hanging out and what we doing, we can't really disclose.
And he knows better than be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Well, apparently not. Everything ain't for everybody.
So the deeper we crawl down this rabbit hole, a clear picture starts to emerge that not only was Usher a victim of Diddy, but Usher also has Justin Bieber's blood on his hands.
When Usher signed and became a quote-unquote mentor to Justin Bieber, why didn't he mentor him against going to Diddy's house? Wouldn't that be a nice thing for your mentor and your friend to do?
I mean, for heaven's sake, there's even strong, and I mean strong evidence to suggest that Usher was in at least one of Diddy's explicit videos, where Usher was allegedly forced to perform very scary and very intimate acts with Diddy. And supposedly, one incident in particular even landed Usher in hospital with severe injuries.
Know it was Usher until Usher's first album came out and he was about 17 years old. I didn't know Usher was the...
So far, besides that Candace Owen clip, I already knew of the stuff that they have shown. I didn't see that clip from Candace, but everything else, yeah. I'm just hoping there's some more new stuff in here that I didn't know about.
one that had to be rushed to the hospital.
So yeah, we have to ask the question again. If Usher had full well known what a monster Diddy is, why did he expose Justin Bieber to Diddy? In this video, we're going to answer all of that and a whole lot more. But first, let's dig straight into Justin's brutal threat to all those who abused him. It might seem pretty trivial and inconsequential, but isn't it true what they say, that there is always a calm before the storm? Well, trust me, there is definitely a storm brewing. It looks like our Somebody to Love singer has had enough of the hate and is going off in the most savage way possible. It all began when eagle-eyed fans noticed that Justin started unfollowing a bunch of people on social media, including Usher and several other high-profile folks that are in Justin's closest inner circle.
We know this.
He even unfollowed his own father-in-law, Stephen Baldwin, sparking chatter of marriage troubles. And a few hours later, Stephen posted a cryptic message on his Instagram stories, which pretty much can only be about Justin unfollowing him. So if we go by Stephen Baldwin's post, it would seem that Justin is dealing with some serious mental issues or even personal demons, right? And it would make sense. Justin's always been very open about his mental health struggles.
Because I felt like I was dying. My security and stuff were coming into the room at night to check my pulse. People don't know how serious it got.
So it's safe to assume a lot of people will agree with Stephen Baldwin's post. In fact, someone close to Justin recently said this to Life and Style magazine. Justin has a tendency to cut people from his life, which can feel really isolating. But what if everyone is dead wrong? What if Justin's demons are super real and actually, for the first time in his life, Justin has got his head on right and he is crystal clear and is finally standing up for himself? Let me explain why Justin's great Instagram cleanse is so much more than him just randomly unfollowing people, but why it is instead a truly brutal threat to everyone who has and still is abusing him. So, to better understand the seriousness of this whole drama, we have to look at the people who Justin has now severed ties with, because there is nothing random about them. Justin didn't just unfollow Usher, he also cut ties with his ex-managers, Scooter Braun and Allison Kay, and his former swag coach and best man at his wedding, Ryan Good, and even his longtime bodyguard, Kenny Hamilton. Talk about a clean sweep. Now for some context. Scooter Braun first discovered young Justin on YouTube and then took him to his studio in Atlanta to record some demos, and that was when he introduced Justin to Usher, who later became Justin's mentor. So Scooter had been by Justin's side right from the start. And let's not forget Lou Taylor, Justin's former business manager. He's parted ways with her too. Fun fact, Taylor was allegedly involved in Britney Spears' conservatorship drama, which pretty much ruined Britney's career and her life. Rumor has it she was even working with Diddy back then to push the conservatorship forward. Interestingly, more and more people have come out to brand Taylor as a criminal who shouldn't be trusted, and I guess that's why Justin decided to part ways with her for good. In fact, Justin was upset that Taylor squandered his fortune, and he's now considering legal actions against her. Now, instead of Lou Taylor, Justin has hired Johnny Depp's financial advisor. Obviously, Justin is distancing himself from these people because they deeply hurt him, and when you think about it, Usher literally gave Justin up for the worst. Crazy enough, Usher admitted he would never let his children stay with Diddy.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
Now listen guys, it's really important to know this one crucial thing. Usher was basically the guy who got Justin signed when he was just a kid, and Usher was already 30 years old at that time.
Here's the beauty. The best pay it forward story of all time. I signed Usher at 14. He brings Justin Bieber to my office. Justin is 14. And I signed Justin also, right?
So let's have no illusions about it. Usher definitely knew right from wrong. So he won't let his own kids anywhere near Diddy, but he was willing to sacrifice his 13-year-old protege, Justin Bieber, to Diddy. If Usher knew how dangerous Diddy was and knew of all his shady activities, why did he send Justin to him? This is the question a lot of us have been asking ourselves. What does Usher know about Diddy? Was he involved in his freak-offs to the extent of being in one of those tapes found in Diddy's mansion? Was he trying to destroy another kid like he was destroyed?
We know that Usher, when he was very young, was handed over to Diddy. He was literally handed over to Diddy to live with him.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing.
There were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
But what if? And I hope you guys are ready for some chills, because this next theory, as cringe and horrible as it may sound, may actually have some truth to it. What if Diddy had deliberately and intentionally groomed Justin Bieber to take part in homosexual activities, just like he had allegedly done with Usher? Before you go saying, there's no way, just hold on a minute, because there's some compelling evidence that just might make it true. First off, remember how Kanye West has been trying to warn us for years and years, but everyone just shot him down as a whack job and ignored him? Now this next clip is from Candace Owen, who by the way is a close friend of Kanye. But just listen to what she has to say about young artists being grouped and initiated and basically being used and abused.
Why is it beginning to feel like everything that Kanye West told us about Hollywood?
It's crazy how they're bleeping out the words but showing them at the same time. If I feel like if Justin Bieber somehow, some way end up testifying or going in that courtroom, that will literally probably bust the case wide. I feel like he is the piece, because of his celebrity, because of his age, where this stuff allegedly happened. It will break the case wide open. Literally.
It might be true that you have these young, talented people who are essentially being adopted and initiated when they are vulnerable into a very dark and demonic cult.
But Candace didn't stop there. She had even more to say on her dark and scary conversations with Kanye and how he tried to expose the truly sinister side of the industry, like how these victims then themselves scour the industry for underage artists that they too can initiate and manipulate and basically take a listen.
Why is it beginning to feel like once they age and they're a part of it, they then find someone young and they get them initiated into it? They find the talent and they initiate them into this sort of a cult now.
If the name Rodney Lil Rod Jones sounds familiar to you, then it's for a good reason. He's one of the many Diddy accusers who have filed a lawsuit against him. Amongst other serious claims, such as that Diddy Jones, Jones also claims that Diddy tried to him to engage in homosexuality. One of the many tactics that Diddy used on Jones, according to Jones' lawsuit documents, was to show him explicit videos of other famous artists involved in homosexual acts. Now, make a mental note of this point, because we are going to circle back to it to answer one very crucial question. Was Usher in any of the Diddy tapes? And sadly, there might be a chance that he was, but we'll get back to that. So anyway, to Jones, Diddy also allegedly told him that he had it with Grammy-winning artist Stevie J, who Diddy knew Jones admired.
Be like, yo, you talking about this is somebody you admire? Look what he doing. This Stevie J right here. This is somebody you got high aspirations for, that you want to be like. Look and see what he doing. This is what you should be doing too.
Diddy also told Jones that he had with another specific rapper whose name was redacted from the documents, and with a specific R&B singer whose name was also redacted. But here's where it gets interesting. The court documents did say that this R&B singer performed at the Super Bowl and had a successful Vegas residency. And who had done both those things?
Some people know that very clearly the name that was redacted had to have been Usher, because it was Usher who recently performed at the Super Bowl, and it was Usher at the time of this filing who had just had a very successful Vegas residency.
And to answer that burning question, was Usher in any of the Diddy tapes? Well, one witness, a guy called Courtney Burgess, claims to be in possession of explicit tapes featuring Diddy exploiting and victimizing celebrities.
How many of those 8 celebrities were close to being underage or potentially underage?
2 males.
Did you catch that? Of the 8 celebrity victims featured in Diddy's explicit tapes, 2 were underage males. Now, this is a very, very, very big deal, because as we know now, Usher was allegedly groomed and abused by Diddy, and by the looks of it, Usher sacrificed.
You know, they had said that it possibly, and again, this is all allegedly. I'm just repeating what I heard, what was said, but they were saying Justin Bieber, Jaden Smith. I didn't even think of Usher, but yeah. Now it just makes me wonder, just because of his age, like they're saying back in the, oh, man. This is 2025, y'all. I'm just hoping something happens, man. We cannot go this full year without nothing happening.
Justin Bieber to also be by Diddy. So could those 2 underage male celebrities in the video be Usher and Justin?
Out of the 8 celebrities who were recorded having intimate relations with Sean Combs, how many of them appeared to be either inebriated or intoxicated or under the influence?
All of them.
We'll love to hear what you think down in the comments below. Is there any chance that either of those 2 underage celebs in the tapes could be Usher or Justin? And just keep in mind, these 8 celebs in these tapes, they are just the tip of the iceberg. There are countless more damning tapes just like these. So who knows how many more celebrities and victims were caught on camera? So yeah, do you still think that Justin unfollowing Usher is just a trivial move? Or is the start of something massive? I mean, he's already considering legal action against his former financial manager and has publicly called her out and damned her. So what does he have in store for people like Usher and Diddy? Well, the internet is already on fire with theories. Now, on the other hand, there's a lot of speculation that Justin is simply pulling a public stunt because he's trying to boost his career. They say Justin's planning a music comeback and he needs all the money he can get right now, especially after becoming a father. But yeah, he's got his plans in place for this next leg of his musical journey. So which is it? Is Justin preparing to drop a major bombshell and dish out some very damaging evidence on Usher and Diddy? Or is he just trying to make a safe space around him amidst some personal mental struggles? Let us know what you think in the comments below, and be sure to check out our
I don't think this brother is trying to get more money. I mean, I ain't looked at his net worth or nothing like that, but I'm pretty sure his money that he has right now is probably going to outlive him. Look, it's a lot going on with this. That's why I post so many videos, because I just want to see some accountability being, you know what I mean? Like, somebody has to pay. Like, I know Diddy's in jail, but I do not feel like he's the only one involved. I do think it's bigger than Diddy, but I'm just saying, like, just knowing that a lot of these celebs allegedly know what took place. They say in order to make it, these are things you got to do. So it's a lot of people who are sitting with this, who are sitting with it. They know what happened, they know what took place, and they're just sitting there, enjoying all the fame and fortune. Comment below what y'all think, man. Something has to happen though. It's like you feel bad for Justin because he was so young, and you know the parents, like the mother, like allowed this. You have to allow your kid to participate, you know, or get involved in the industry, as we saw on that Quiet on the Set show. How, I mean, these are kids. So hey, appreciate y'all coming over and watching, man. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.